Hello, I'm Davina, and hello to all of you, very beautiful, brilliant, bold, and evolving souls. I wanted to share a little bit of my story today. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video, um, but it's regarding work. And I know probably if you're anything like me, that you have maybe struggled with employment because having CPTSD and trying to um, get employment, stay employed can be very, very challenging. The stress of a workplace on top of, numerous triggers that you could be experiencing can just lead one to it. Yeah, I mean, it could lead you to burnout. It can lead you to just exhaustion. Um, and just being stressed out, dissociated all the time. It's incredibly hard. And we live in a crazy world. I don't think anyone should have to work 40-hour weeks. I think it's insane. um, I'd been working 36 hours a week at my latest nanny job. And if you've heard some of my recent videos, a lot of hopelessness had been coming up. Um, I think this job brought up a lot of hopelessness, a lot of shame, and I realized that really my self-worth has been growing, and the shame has been, I've been shedding off that shame, feeling the shame, grieving everything. So, and sitting with the hopelessness too, sitting with the hopelessness and feeling that it's extremely difficult. But I just, the same things were just kept coming up, coming up, coming up. And I found myself just complaining and grieving every weekend, just not fully happy. Well, not that I'm ever happy really, but not fully feeling like this is working. And my last nanny job worked pretty well. I did it for a whole year, and it was really quite doable. And there were a few things that that weren't quite exactly how I wanted, but in general it worked pretty well. It was one child, the parents weren't at home, the parents were, I wouldn't say, I would go for tea with them, but I liked them enough that I felt generally safe enough, I think is the key, safe enough. And so yeah, in this last job that I've had, that there were just some big things that were bothering me. And Yeah, it's incredibly hard to leave a nanny job because anyway, I love and adore these children, and there were many good things about it. It was like, but yeah, saying it's not that bad is not enough. And this is what we are kind of brainwashed into, um, into believing, or maybe we kind of, in a way, we have to lie to ourselves to get through that childhood and say, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's kind of a story that we tell ourselves to say, and of course I'm the problem. That's the other thing that keeps us stuck, is we think that it's us. And I think I was going through that too, that sense of self-blame, and thinking that, it was something about me that wasn't, had to work harder or whatever, set more boundaries, and I was just kind of like, this is not it, right? And I compared it to my last job, which, it had its triggers and I had to set some boundaries, but in general, week to week, um, things were just basically working. And I think I've mentioned in another video, is if something is working, you don't really think about it that much. I mean, still we'll probably think about it a lot, but this job, I was just constantly like always things bothering me, and Yeah, so I was again awoken at like 4 a.m. with a lot of anxiety. Just my head is going, I can't sleep, can't get back to sleep, can't get myself grounded. And yeah, I just sense that I do not feel safe enough in this job. And that is so, so key when you have CPTSD. It's so key that we feel physically safe, emotionally safe, and ideally financially safe, that we don't feel like we're about to go homeless next week, you know? And I'm sure, and when we and I don't know, let me know if some of you have felt this way. Like, and I think again, this is part of the flashback that we experience. It mirrors what we had as a child, that we constantly feared that our parents were going to abandon us. They abandoned us emotionally. And so that threatened us in terms of thinking, were they actually going to care for us? We didn't know. It was unpredictable. Um, would they be there for us? We didn't know, it was terrifying to think that, our parents could really withhold care, and threaten that if we had, so-called, misbehaved, which was actually just behaving like a normal child, right? Um, and so we were punished in those ways, and we knew that we couldn't, um, I'm kind of losing track here because I'm just rambling, but yeah, that we couldn't, like, really be ourselves, that we had to be this, quiet, good, well-behaved child who didn't have emotions, who didn't talk, who pretty much didn't act like a human. You had to be a little robot child to survive in a narcissistic family. And so we tend to unfortunately repeat this process so that we can heal, so that we can feel the shame and the hopelessness and the terror. And it becomes like, I feel like as a child, you have like no really good choice. You have a choice of staying with this really dysfunctional, crazy family, with emotionally inept parents who have no parenting skills, or you leave. You're 2 years old, and what are you going to do? Like, go out on the street? You're going to die, right? So you face two impossible, um neither good no good option is available. And so you can feel like, damned if I do, damned if I don't, and you just picked the lesser of the two evils, so to speak. So when we're in a job situation, it can just really, it can enforce that, because they are kind of like our providers. And if we don't have that job and we don't have that income, we might risk going homeless if we're in that kind of financial situation. Hopefully, maybe some of you are not in that situation. And wow, yeah, yeah, that's wonderful that you've gotten yourself to a place where, you don't worry about that. And so, and it's also, I think, just for me, it's just like I'm living with, as I said in another video, like living with integrity. And I just can't tolerate, um, not being my full self. And it's very, I don't know where this is going. I have no idea. I've just given notice and I have no plan. I have zero plan. I've been trying to figure out what to do next, and nothing has been coming to me. And I just feel like this is where the universe is moving me. I went into a Dollarama store the other day, and it was singing this song about leave whenever you want to. And I was just like, what? What is this? I keep hearing like songs or weird things like synchronicities. I don't know. Let me know if this happens to you, but weird things happen. And I wonder, is this a coincidence, or is there like some bigger force out there? Um, I don't know. I don't like use the word God anymore, but um, following this, whatever it is, my intuition, my true self, this greater divine energy, whatever it is, following that and living true to yourself. And I feel like even though I think if I would have stayed in that place, it would have just continued to be hopeless. And then you start getting depressed and then you start getting suicidal. And I think that's where I was. A, a lot of the time was in that hypo aroused state, like I feel like I'm hardly breathing because it's just in that real deep, like just real collapse, give up kind of mode. And so I think anyway, I've given myself a chance, and I don't know what kind of chance it is. I honestly haven't felt this way since I left my husband. It feels like some sort of bigger turning point for me. I don't know where this is leading, but I know that I've chosen safety for myself, and I know that I'm choosing life for myself, and I know that I'm choosing my own physical, mental, emotional well-being, and the possibility for something better than it's not that bad, right? um and yesterday I went for a massage. I just as a side note, I found, a massage school downtown very close to me, and they give massages at a reduced rate. So this is just a little go see if you can find a massage school. They'll give you very cheap massages. So and I've gone there like probably over 100 times. And of course, every time I go, I get someone different. That's the kind of drawback. You can go someone repeatedly and then they leave or they graduate or whatever. And so I've had some really good massages, and I've had some pretty good massages, and I've had some so-so, and then I've had one that was like, wow, that really sucked actually. But there's always a range and different people and different energies, and it's really actually given me a chance to practice boundaries and learning about what I like, and it's been a great experience overall. And so yesterday I went to this guy and I wasn't sure. I hadn't gone to a massage with him before, and he had a big beard, and I was like, oh my goodness, did I pick the right person? Um, but as soon as we sat down in that massage room and he looked at me, and I could just feel his energy, a real soft, gentle energy. And he looked me right in the eye and he spoke kind of softly. And it was just like, oh, wow, and I've had a few of these, but this one really stood out to me. And then the massage he gave was amazing, like outstanding, the best massage I've ever had in my life. So the whole experience, like his energy, the way he did the massage, the way he started out in our session, everything matched, everything did. It was like a hell yes, this is it. This is what I've been wanting for the last, it's hard to name what you want when you have a massage. She's like, that's not right, but I don't know what is. And this is how we grew up too. We grew up like, this isn't right, but I can't even name or say what it is that would be right. I don't know yet. And now I know. Now I know that's what I want for a massage. Oh, it was so incredible. And so that gave me that spark of hope that I could have that. What if I could have that in all of my life? Like not just a few things, but what if all of my life could be amazing? And what if all of these needs could be met and I don't have to compromise, and I don't have to like set a bazillion boundaries, everywhere I go. Like, what if, like I could meet people like this and people who match me in jobs that really truly are a great match, an excellent match, not just so, because I don't want to settle for so, because I settled for so parenting. Not even so, I should say, but like, once in a while they would kind of care, and, like, no, it was bad. It was like really bad, but I'm just like, yeah, shouldn't settle for bad or so, like go for fabulous if you can. And it takes courage because we don't even have the faith that we could have fabulous. I don't still believe it. I'm not sure that I can have a fabulous job with fabulous income, working with the fabulous people that I want to be around. And um but I'm gonna dream and I'm gonna hope and I'm gonna not give up on myself and my inner child. So, yeah, I just wanted to like say that. And if you're in that stuck place, it's okay. Just keep doing the next thing, and somehow you can untangle yourself. Just keep feeling those feelings and feeling the pain. And that's the key to like, yeah, getting yourself untangled and unstuck from these, um, these situations that, aren't working for us, are not a good match, are not a good fit. But anyway, you deserve fabulous. And, we can give ourselves the possibility of fabulous. And I hope that's what I've done by giving my notice today. So, thank you if you've actually listened to all of this. And as always, I'm wishing you so many blessings on your journey of healing and awakening. And I'm Davina at Boldness Blooming. Thanks for watching.